Oh, lady, it is time as we go with our adventurous crew here on the island, or a whole new world, multiple, effectively, as are they have found themselves stranded, the world cut off from planar travels and the like, and thusly they've had to figure out what to do here the best they can. With that being said, our brave heroes have come Newtward, as one might think, finding the best way to get there after fighting horrible, horrible things, shadowy snakes, and cursed objects being leaked from cursed cylinders, and a strange stitched together undead creature, hinting at some forbidden necromancy that seems to be coming from another source than the college. At least it should be, if everything is to be believed. But on that end, you have decided, after checking and seeing that Bones, your old friend, seemingly has escaped his earthly confines. Bones being the servant that was given to Kelly for a day, only being told that they would be their servant, and after a day they went inanimate, and seems like maybe something else has occurred post this. Kelly very concerned over what may be happening. However, for now, you begin to make your way. From before, you've learned some of the signs of vicious landscapes and crazy animals. And you finally come upon the nest itself. It resembles a large woven wicker ball, nearly 30 feet across. It's suspended between the branches of several large trees. An opening about 3 feet wide is visible near the top of the nest. A soft golden glow shines from the darkness within. Several aggressive-looking animals, covered in sharp black crystal growths, are attempting to climb the trees and reach the nest. 4 great newts fight with the animals, trying to keep them from reaching the nest. What would you like to do?
We recognize the creatures attacking the nest.
You've not seen these before, but as you look at them, you see clear signs of blight upon them.
Does that mean somebody else was here and tried to take the stuff?
And it seems that the nest that we're after is already under attack by other animals.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the best move is.
Clarifying, how many were there in total? The newts plus the other creatures.
So 4 newts and 6 other creatures.
Well, maybe we could try sneaking around.
Well, we do want to get those eggs, as I recall. They could damage them in the midst of their fracas.
Well, we could set up out here and shoot at them.
I could also try and distract them. I think, well, Alice, you have a little bit of razzle-dazzle, don't you?
Make noise, but I don't know. I mean, we're not really on either of these groups' sides at the moment because we're looking to steal the eggs too.
Yes, if we could occupy them both, or at least just move them slightly further away from the objects in question, that would be ideal. I know you maybe have a dazzling pattern, much like my own. Peter's referring to the hypnotic pattern I think both of us can cast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've got to sleep at some point, right?
I mean, they're actively being attacked right now. So
Yeah.
if the newts lose, the other creatures are going to take the eggs. Like, we
Oh.
can't just wait this out.
Can we see any of the eggs from where we are?
No, 'cause there's like a ball woven nest. That's where there's just
got
a
it.
3-foot opening at the top. So you have to
Is it-
climb the tree, get on top, and get through the open.
Gotcha. How far up the tree is the? Is it kind of like a wasp nest? Is kind of
Yeah, about 15 feet.
Okay. Do I spy any of the newts up there guarding it, or are they all down here?
They are all up at the nest, you'd think. But probably inside.
Well, PW and I can both try to do our distraction.
I can also make them slow down a little. They're rather rambunctious.
Well, trying to hypnotize me better than slowing them because that'll bring their speed to 0 anyways, and they'll be incapacitated.
True. And we'll get 2 shots at it.
But we'll both have to sit there and concentrate on that. Kelly, can you get up there?
Yeah, I've got just a spell to help me too.
All right. You want to do that, PW?
Well, I'd be happy to be your backup. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. So the spell's a 30-foot cube. If both PW and I cast it, can we get all of the creatures in 2 30-foot cubes?
Probably. Go ahead and let's open up the maps.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
It was a map.
Oh, there we go.
Ah,
Are we at the bottom? Let me just get on here.
Has it been more than 4 hours? Because my upright base would still be here.
Yeah, it's been that.
Okay.
Because you went all the way back to camp, then came back.
Truth.
She said a 30-foot cube.
30-foot cube. Yep. I'm also sharing screen if you want. Man.
Sure. Appears as though a 30-foot cube would do it.
Okay.
We'll get 2 chances at success.
Let's see, it's 120 feet. So, yeah, okay. I guess, yeah. Alice will go off a bit far from the others and kneel down and just start playing a soft little riff on her guitar, and then she's going to go ahead and cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Very nice.
So that's a DC 17 Wisdom save.
Nice.
So they're surrounded by just full-on psychedelic tie-dye patterns.
Okay. And it is charmed, right?
It is I believe it's a charm effect. Yes, it's charmed condition, incapacitated, and a speed of 0.
Perfect. In that case, let's see here. So the other ones are in. So you don't see the newts. They're kind of inside the nest. You're getting the creatures going towards the thing. All right. In that case, your energy goes out, and sparking lights move everywhere. The creatures look around, trying to climb up the tree, licking their lips, and they seem entirely unaffected.
Well, Alice will look to PW and say, "Got any other ideas?"
Well, there's always a plan B.
Yeah.
PW will-
Now that they've noticed you, we're going to start combat.
Gotcha. Fair
Taking
enough.
your initiative scores.
Oh, and I actually have advantage on because I forgot about the that accelerated thing.
Okay. Back on. Very nice. In that case, performing wonder, you can go first.
It starts low and quietly on the violin. The PW starts playing. Just a little building. And he plays sharp crescendo, and a wave comes out as slow comes down in once more a 40-foot cube. All those same fellas. Well, 6 of them at least.
All right. That's a con save or wisdom?
DC 18 wisdom.
Okay. All right, so I got 1 success, 2 success, and a 3rd success. So 3 failed and 3 successes on the slow. So let me mark them so you know which ones are slowed.
You see them being slightly inhibited in their movements by tiny musical notes. It looks like only half of them can carry a tune.
Very good. Anything else?
And with my bonus action, I'm going to dramatically look back at Kelly, who's in the process of doing something, and say, Kelly, it's time for your entrance. And play a little violin intro, give you a bardic inspiration.
All right, then Kelly.
So, yeah, I was in the process of setting up my Pass Without Trace, which was my contribution to the plan. So I don't know if you'll allow that or not. But that's why I had this giant circle on my map.
I mean, you can cast it if you want, but it's your turn. You can do whatever you want. On your turn.
Okay.
But
guess
I
I'll
mean, it
just
just depends
cast
if
it
you're
then.
trying to hide or if you're doing that. No one's trying to hide. It won't be because it won't hide the crew.
Oh no, I know it won't hide them. Kelly's part of the plan was to get back there, and the plan was distract them, those two, and I was going to sneak up behind them. But so I don't know if I need to undo that. I guess is what I'm saying.
I mean, up to you what you want to do.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to go with the plan then. I'll go with the plan. So I'll do my pass without trace. And oh goodness, I can't see anything. Let me get my ruler. About here. Here. And then I would be hiding upon getting there.
You don't have your action to do so, do you?
That's what I was asking you. So if I don't, then I don't, and I'll just go with it.
Yeah. So I was saying you can cast a pass or a trace. You just then don't have a hide action.
Cool. Okay.
Alrighty. Case. Keep going here. As perfect. I will go to Alice.
Right, well, she doesn't want to draw things towards Kelly, so she's going to walk a little bit this way, and she is going to actually, as a bonus action, I should have asked about this earlier, but it's fine. Use bonus action for it. She's going to expend some of her recover vitality die, get some hit points back. Put that out in a moment, and then she's going to cast. She's going to start playing the guitar to cast Fount of Moonlight on herself. So she is now. There's a cool light all around her. That's bright light and 20 feet, dim light an additional 20. She has resistance to radiant damage, and she deals extra radiant damage when she hits things. So she just starts playing, and her armor and her overcoat and everything start to light up and glow with these sort of lines of neon blue light as she does that. And assuming that she will draw these things to her and not towards Kelly, who is trying to get around sneakily.
Nice. Anything else?
That's it. That's her movement and all her stuff.
Okay, so from what you can tell, trying to attack these creatures the best they can. These ones have gone up. As you all start to do your things, they're kind of more circling above the nest, watching worriedly. And now they will do their deal. So these are going to continue up the nest. This one starts to get into the nest. And if you remember what you wanted is you were looking for the gold pearl things. This one's going to go ahead and can gain up into the nest as well. And this one breaks towards kind of like roaring, trying to protect its pride towards performing wonder. And next one towards Alice Knight. And then goes to attack with its spines here for 15 to performing wonder.
A graceful pirouette, and I never stop playing the violin. And you miss.
And a 6 towards Alice.
That's a miss.
You will note PW will riposte as this violin bow turns into his rapier and poke.
Nice.
For for a 10.
For 10, that will miss. The parries it itself. Ting. All right. In that case, go to performing wonder.
Now that this blighted elk is up close, does it seem as if it is a creature that is alive and affected with blight, or something that it is like dead and being animated?
Sure, this does seem like it's alive and has been affected by blight that you came into contact with a few days ago.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so PW is going to not going to disengage, but he is going to move away from the blighted elk, which has disadvantage on its attack of opportunity, but he will take it. And he's planning to scoot back to here.
All right, so there's one that goes. So.
Yep.
19.
Oh, he gets through. Nicks me on the way out.
Nice. All right, in that case, comes at you for 11 piercing damage and 13 blight damage. Grabbing your metaframe.
PW, as he steps back, you see some rust, powder.
Yeah.
Slightly oiled. Continue playing the violin and play a short chord that is magic daggers for 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right, 3 daggers. 2, 7, 16, 25 total piercing damage. 25 magical piercing.
How much total?
25 magical piercing.
Nice. It is bloodied.
And yeah. This is good. I will take a little bit more movement because that was 5, 10, 15, 25. Yeah, 30, 35. In this direction.
At the end of their turns, they got to save against the slow, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure I do that real quick.
Yep.
3, right? Okay.
At the end of each of its turns, on a successful save, the effect ends. Yep.
Jeez. 6, 7, and 2. Not so much. Anything else on your turn?
That is it.
Then Kelly.
All right, Kelly will move her movement to get her here, and she's going to she's gonna hide.
Let's still check.
Okay, it's a 32. Then I'm gonna have Tamagotchi. Let's see. Tamagotchi can get to that guy next to Alice. And he will go ahead and do his attacks. His first one, well, actually, yeah, he has enough room to flank. So he will do his first one. Alright. Oh, yuck. But I do have that Bardic. How much is the
You do.
Bardic?
It's D10. And
D10.
double check for attacks it does. What potential? For an attack roll, the target and each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet must succeed on a con saving throw DC 18 or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration dice.
Oh, it's 5 I rolled on the Bardic.
So, you get like 5 extra, I think it's thunder damage.
So that's a dirty 20 to hit.
So that hits.
Okay. So that will be 12 of his magical slashing plus 2 necrotic. And then if they fail the save, they'll take thunder damage. DC 18 con. And they will.
It is a 20.
20. Yep, they definitely pass it. But here we go. Oh, yeah. So they're going to take an additional 1d6. Okay, it's 4 magical slashing, and they have the prone condition. And then second attack.
So first attack from hitting Tamagotchi will take 8 blight damage.
8. Which type of damage?
Blight.
Oh, yuck. All right, let me get that on there. All right. And so now they'll do their second attack. Okay, this one's a 25 to hit.
Very nice.
And it does 15 magical slashing. And that will be their turn.
Very good. And Magachi will take 3 blight damage.
Okay.
All right, let's see. The newts here. Some actually, I guess, they're still attacking these creatures. So you can see they're themselves getting damaged and injured as they're doing so. We'll go to Alice. Phil, you there?
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry. Too far away from Mike. Alice saw what was happening to Tamagotchi, but she doesn't have a whole lot of choices, so she is going to... Tara is going to morph down into her sword, into her gentleman's saber. She's going to click the trigger. Actually, no, she's not. Not on the first one. She's just going to take a swing at him.
Got it.
So that is a 28 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So that is going to do... Nice. That is 14 magical slashing damage and another 8 radiant damage from the Font of Moonlight.
All right. You take 8 necrotic, and how do you want to do this?
I think she just pulls the sword out, and as it's turned and attacking Tamagotchi, she just comes down on the back of its neck and decapitates it.
Nice.
Then let me take that damage real quick. And then now that it's not right in front of her, she is going to look around Tamagotchi. Can she see any of the blighted elk up there? Like, can she see anything going on at the top of the nest?
Let's see here. Actually, they're all about inside at this point.
Okay.
They've climbed in.
And in that case, she will turn to the one that's still out here with us, and she will, for her multi-attack, she'll use a cantrip. The little, like, wrist-mounted laser gun pops out of her left gauntlet, and she fires her Eldritch Blast at it.
Got it.
So, 3 Eldritch Blasts. Let's see. Ooh, there's a nat 20 on one of them.
Woohoo!
And then a... Let me check my... Come on. Yeah, there's a 9. So then that's a 22 and a 15.
Those were hit.
Those are all of them hit?
Yeah.
Cool. So let me get another one of these. So that's going to be 19, 20, 23 force damage.
How do you want to kill it?
All right. Just extends, as she cuts the head off of the one thing, she just calmly looks to the side, extends her left arm, and fires these 3 blasts that just puncture it right through the side. And then she'll sort of yell to PW, I think we have to get up into the nest.
Yes, I imagine if we're too late, there might be a bit of an explosion.
Mixed feelings about this, she says, and she's gonna use her movement to head towards the nest.
All right. So yeah, so now they're inside. You can hear screaming and some chomping. And
Clarifying, they're chomping with their elk teeth, or do they have like scarier elk teeth?
they have sharper elk teeth.
Okay, that makes more sense.
All right, so inside they're gonna see. Well, actually, some moved in. Only one can actually do this. So let's see if they get themselves liquid egg. Oh, they don't. They can't get their mouth quite around it. Performing wonder.
Well, can't be left behind with all the action. PW's gonna sprint up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And that's 15 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
Gulp. Good solution. Can I see any of the elk sticking out, or I guess the entrance is not pointed towards us?
Yeah, no, the entrance is at the top. So looking down, there's no view.
Gotcha. So the elk somehow scampered up this tree into the nest. Can I see how they were their handholds that they used, or
They have claws.
Curses.
The blight seems to have given them these crazy things.
All right. PW is going to flick his wrist and make his rapier disappear and start trying to climb this tree.
All right. If you have a climbing speed, give me an athletics check.
I do not have a climbing speed. Athletics. Okay, it's a plus 1. How about an 11?
DC's 12.
I will try slightly harder. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I have to burn that. That is 110. Okay, thank God. 9 more.
Very nice. And with your movement, you're able to get up the tree. You can see these newts and elk in battle, most of the elk trying to mouth and eat these golden nuggets.
Oh gosh. How many of them are actively trying to consume a golden nugget?
The one is like in the midst of it. The other 3 are looking at them hungrily.
Got it. Okay. The one that's in the midst of it, he's getting daggered. PW is, instead of pulling out his full violin, he will just emit violin noises from his face. With for a 12.
That will miss. Sorry, that misses.
His artificially created violin is inefficient. Daggers go wide. I will be there at the entrance.
Go to Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly will go ahead and move up. Whoop. And that's her full movement. So I assume I see the beasts.
So, do you have a climb?
Yeah.
Okay, so movement was up to you. So you're saying you got enough movement to get 15 feet up the tree?
No.
Okay, so you're at the base of the tree. You do not see the beasts.
Okay. So I climb 5 feet up.
Okay.
And then I will. I'll just checking. No. Okay, that's all. Oh, except for Tamagotchi, he moves too.
Okay.
Whoop. And he has enough to climb up.
Cool. So you see the newts viciously defending their nuggets. So we go to Alice.
Alice thinking to herself what was said about this stuff being explosive and thinking to herself, this is such a bad idea. But she figures there's no point in her being alone on the bottom. She does not have a climb speed per se, but she is going to click the heels of her black pudding boots, which lets her walk up walls.
Nice.
It does, however, reduce her movement to 10.
Okay.
So with where she is, I don't know if she can get to the top even if she dashes.
I mean, if she dashes, she can get there.
Okay. She will do that, and she will be unable to actually do anything once she's there, but she will get a chance to also see the party going on.
Yeah. Everyone gets up there. Aha, we're all in radius of explosions. Let's get red.
PW heroically tries to stop one and throws his daggers into a wall.
Nice. All right. So 4 out. Oh, sorry, or bite. Bite for the golden nuggets, and they each swallow 1 out of the 6 that you see. And this one tried to climb out of the opening past the 3 of you and trying to climb down. So you all 3 theoretically get the op attack.
Is that Tamagotchi?
No, just
me.
it's Kelly, Performing Wonder, and Alice Knight.
What was the save, sir?
You get an opportunity attack if you want it.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I thought it was an explosion.
No.
Jumping the gun.
Opportunity. Okay.
I need to reroll. I did advantage for some reason. 12!
12 misses. Ducks.
Gonna be cautious here. That's a 21.
That'll hit.
Mine was 10 if you didn't hear me.
13 magical slashing and 9 radiant.
Nice. 9 radiant damage. Very good. And what was Performing Wonder? No hit?
I was only a 10, so I missed.
Okay. So basically, they get down here. Haven't gotten what it wanted. It's trying to get away. And Performing Wonder.
So PW's going to lean back out of the entrance and play a harsh chord that fires 3 notes towards Blighted Elk again. The one who's running away. This time with a 14.
I just hit the one running away. 14 hits.
Okay. That's all 3 of them. 4, 9, plus 7, 16, plus 11 for 27 magical piercing.
All right. How do you want to kill it?
The the notes fly out of the violin and just hit it essentially broadside along the side, trying to aim for the head and the neck and try to avoid the stomach area where the golden nugget was consumed.
Very nice. We go to Kelly.
All right, which thing died?
That was the one that was running away outside. It's just
Oh, the
close
elk?
to the edge of your... Yep, that's one.
All right, these newts. Do these newts look like friendlies? I mean, not friendlies. I'm sorry, that was a dumb question. I meant, do they look like beasts?
Ah! Let me... Indeed, they are beasts.
Interesting. How do I want to do this? Okay.
They are 5 beasts, if anyone needs to know.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I could do this on the elk, or I could do this on the newts. Do the elk have any of these eggs in their mouth right now? I assume they're just the ones they ate.
What?
Any eggs in their mouth, those golden things? Or did they just... I know they ate
2.
them, but
3 have them.
3 have them. Oh, okay, cool. Let's do this. I want to cast animal friendship. At 3rd level, on the 3 beasts of the 3 elks.
Well, okay.
Oh, I need to go up there.
The elks. You said the newts.
Oh,
The
I'm sorry.
elk- so you asked me if the newts look like beasts.
Yeah,
and
I
said
just
yes.
I just misspoke. Okay.
The elks do not look like beasts.
Right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
On the newts, I want to cast for animal friendship on the 3 newts that are closest to me.
Okay.
That's wisdom saves.
Got it. There we go. So we get a +0 to that. So on the 3, 10, 17, and 11.
Okay, the 17 passes. So the other 2, I'm going to like whistle and say, "Bring me the eggs. I can help keep them safe." Since they're charmed. I know they can't understand me, but I'm trying to do like hand motions. I'm just saying out loud what I'm trying to convey with hand motions and whistles and
Okay.
kind of speaking it.
Sounds good. So I'll let you have it. You can give me a persuasion check with advantage.
All right.
Or animal handling. 7.
Let's see here. Oh yeah. Animal handling with advantage. All right. It is a 31.
Nice. Okay. Anything else?
After I do that, I'm going to start moving away to try and lead them away. So I'm going to climb down about, let's see, I climbed up 10. So I can climb down 15 for 25. And then I can still move 5, 10 back here. There we go. And I have alerted them to where I am.
Okay. So interesting enough here. All right, so 2 of these are going to go ahead and grab eggs, and that's it.
Awesome.
And these other 2 actually do end up eviscerating each one of the elks. Alice.
Okay. So there's 1 elk left. Right? Right there. And that one has swallowed an egg nugget as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she's going to take a swing at that one. 23 to hit.
That hits.
That is 10 magical slashing, 7 radiant.
Yes.
And then she's going to really hope that this works. She's going to then, for the second attack, she's going to click the trigger on the handle of the sword, and she's going to booming blade this.
Ooh.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So it's a lot to calculate here. That's 10 magical slashing, along with 10 thunder, and then 5 radiant. So 25 damage overall.
I didn't want to kill it.
Very specifically not aiming for the stomach. Again, goes for the clean kill to the head.
Nice.
Now, what I'd like to do is set up my bonus action and my movement. Since this thing has got the nugget in its stomach, she wants to grab the body and then jump out of the nest. The boots that she has on means that you subtract 10 feet from any fall when calculating damage.
Okay. So yeah, you're safely able to get down.
Cool. And she just wants the body with her because she figures this is going to be the easiest way to get a nugget.
Okay. Performing Wonder.
So how many eggs now are left that have not been consumed? There were 6 to start with, if I recall.
Correct. So I think 4 got consumed, and 2 are in the clutches of some of the newts.
Okay. And I don't see any of the elk, so they've all down now?
Yeah.
Or are they underneath the... Okay. Okay. None of them are down in the nest. They're all down outside of the nest, right?
I think some are still in the nest down. Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell which of the newts... well, actually, I can see the ones that are holding stuff. So, Peter is going to approach the ones... either the elk that is down that I saw that had a nugget in them, attempt to lift it up to take it down, as Alice has already done.
Okay. Kelly.
Okay. Kelly is going to try this again, since it doesn't require concentration. So she's going to come back to get the other 2. She'll cast a 2nd level animal friendship on the remaining 2 to try and get them to be their friends as well. That's wisdom save 17.
Okay. $19
Ugh.
and 1.
Awesome. Okay, we get one more. All right, just that last one. He's so stubborn. Yeah, that will be my turn. Actually, I just realized that my polar bear is over there. So my polar bear will kind of jump down to try and distract the one who... I mean, he can't really distract, but he's going to try to... He's just going to jump down. I don't want to attack one. I'm worried about what's going to happen. So.
Okay.
And that's all.
Sounds good. So, into the newts, this one. Go ahead and fly after Performing Wonder. And is very not happy. Because you're taking eggs with you.
This is a gross mistruth. I am carrying this elk.
Okay, so it's coming forward and just kind of lowers its head and try to smashes into you. I need a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice.
Oh, it is dexterity for sure. For a 22.
That will save. Let's see here. So that's 23, have to 11 bludgeoning damage.
Clunk.
And you are knocked 5 feet down. That's its turn. And these other ones bring the gold. Well, I think interesting. Yeah, they bring the gold. These each one brings a gold nugget to Kelly. Well, actually, just 2 gold nuggets to Kelly.
Okay.
And Alice.
All right, since everyone's doing stuff up there, Alice is going to first click some buttons on her gauntlet, and she's going to cast Healing Word on herself, because at second level, because she thinks things are about to get dicey. All right, that was a good roll. So that's, okay, 11 more. Actually, no, plus the 4. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. Then she will attempt to very carefully cut open the stomach to extract the nugget from the elk.
Ooh, give me a survival check.
Oh, good. Am I? I'm not terrible at those. That is a 14.
Oh, you missed by 1.
Okay.
And with that, you kind of like, you're cutting in and you're like, okay, it's not here. It's not here. Okay. Okay. And then you go, oh, it's right. Boom! As bits of it explode. That's going to get you and Performing Wonder.
Oh no.
Because the 15-foot radius of an explosion. You will take 17 force damage.
Okay.
Well, at least I have resistance. That would be 8 or 9.
So Nick gets knocked back on her butt. Looks at the sky and goes, God damn, all right. And she's still got her movement, so I guess it takes half her movement to get up, and she's going to start walking towards where the other carcass is. At this point, assuming she's probably just going to have to carry the whole stupid thing.
Nice. Go back up to Performing Wonder.
PW realizes that he's been humming the bars for slow this whole time, but everybody who was slowed is now dead. So he stops humming those bars. And instead, there's only this one fella now.
Yep.
And this one newt. Okay.
Yes.
PW having just been blown to the ground. Not looking great. Hops up in a somersault and stands up. Points at the last remaining newt. I think I have a piece just for you. PW starts playing aggressively and quickly. He's dancing and Otto's irresistible dance at the newt. Wisdom 18. Forced to dance and be charmed.
Okay, so that's not a humanoid. That's any creature.
It says one creature that you can see within range.
Very nice. So wisdom save.
It's also
1.
save. Nice. On a failed save, the target has the charmed condition for the duration. While charmed, the target dances comically. It must use all of its movement to dance in place. There's a disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and attack rolls.
There we
Creatures
go.
have advantage against them.
What's the duration on these?
This one
And
is
animal.
let's see, do concentration up to a minute.
What's the one for the animal, Kelly?
The duration?
Yes.
24 hours.
Excellent.
That's why I did this.
Yeah, no, this works out good. Kelly,
So I'm sorry. What was the duration of the one that Performing Wonder got again?
1 minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to get that one. Then is this gonna mess up your charm if I do this?
I have no idea.
Well, let's
PW
find
is
out.
Still playing.
Okay, so I'm gonna come down. I just need to use a first level for this since there's only one. Okay. Wisdom save on the remaining newt, trying to get him as well, so we can just get them to carry these things for us. Please.
Wait, they get an 11.
Yes, okay. Now they're all charmed for a full day. Okay.
He dances for a little bit longer and then stops.
Yeah. They can still dance.
He starts dancing again.
Okay.
I cannot speak. Oh, yes, I can speak to animals. So I can't do it on my turn right now, but if need be, I can do that to direct them if nobody else has it.
All right. With this, now that they're like this, you can go ahead and tell me what you're doing, because they are friendly and they're very. It's like it's going to take some amount of like it's okay because they do not like that being taken. They're very protective of it.
Right.
I would like, if it's cool, to just try to convince them that we know a safe spot for them, and we can just have them carry this stuff for us all the way back. We can cage them if need be when we get there, and
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't want to kill them, but at the same time,
I think friendship has its bounds, so I believe you are able to take the gold without them trying to kill you.
okay, that's fair.
I think, but I don't. They really love this stuff, so them kind of caring for you. There's a little outside of, I think, the friendship.
Okay, yeah, that's cool with me if it's cool with everybody else.
Yeah. How heavy are the nuggets?
Each
Just
one's
wondering if they're mage
roughly
handable.
about 10 pounds.
Okay, I'm gonna put
Mage
some
handle.
on Tamagotchi here because he's not carrying anything.
So we know that these elks were blighted, and there was some damage taken when we attacked them. Does touching them cause damage?
Touching the creatures, yeah.
Okay.
So we should probably get those nuggets out rather quickly.
Yeah, we got time.
So incidentally, those of you who took an elk,
Yeah.
if you will take 11 necrotic.
Cool. There. Alice kind of wants to. So we've seen this blight before. What was this?
Or not 11
No,
necrotic, 11 blight. I'm sorry.
Does anyone else remember what context that was?
The
We saw
blight?
blighted creatures.
Was that before here?
No, you saw them here on this
Oh.
world.
Oh.
I don't know if we've seen them elsewhere.
I wonder, was that when we went up and found the singing guy?
No, there was a blighted gem eater that you came across that gave the crazy blight damage to you.
Something's spreading blight around here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she's gonna Alice will let somebody with a higher survival skill try to cut the nugget out of this last one.
I do have a pretty high one, but I am exhausted too. So
There are, so you have one that's free. Sorry, no. You've got 2 that are free, 3 that are in elks.
3
Oh,
that are in elves,
okay.
okay. What are you exhausted from, Kelly?
that fight from before we got here.
Alice gave you the lesser restoration. Don't you remember that?
Greater
Greater
restoration?
restoration, actually.
Oh, you gave me a greater?
Mhm.
Yeah. That was the whole point of that. Is she took the exhaustion away.
Cool. I wonder if I have that mixed up with another one, but either way, I'm gonna take it.
Tip top.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty good survival. I don't know how yours looks, PW.
It's acceptable, but I'm always here to play your background music. PW will offer guidance.
Awesome. Guidance.
All right, I'm gonna try to. Obviously, I'll move this one away from everybody, in that so I'm not. gonna get
Just
them
you.
hurt.
You're the only
Yep.
one in danger.
Okay. Let's see. So I've got a D4 from that. Go and roll that. All right, that's a 3. So let me roll my survival. Oh, it's a terrible roll. So 21.
Very good. You safely extract the pearl.
Oh, that's good because that was a really bad roll.
BW will mage hand to lift it and carry it delicately.
Okay. How many more do we have?
2 more.
2 more inside stuff. You got this.
Yeah.
And Alice will give you a bardic.
Okay. All right. How much is your bardic? 10? D10?
Nope, D8.
D8. Got it. Go ahead and roll that. Only a 2. But it's something. All right. Please. Okay. That's a 32.
All right. Very nice.
And the best for last.
Yep.
And so it gives you another D10 bardic.
Okay. One more. Okay, that's a 5 on the bardic. So 25.
All right. You safely extract all of them.
Okay, there we go. All right, so with those and then the ones we took from the nest, what total do we have now?
I believe it's 5
5.
total.
5, okay. All right. Hopefully that's enough because I don't remember what they need.
I think any will be better than the none that they're starting with.
About how long would it take us to get back to the camp from here?
Like 2 hours.
Okay. So those guys aren't going to come after us then. Not for a while.
Well, we should make haste to return before anything attempts to gobble these delicious nuggets up.
Do either of you have anything we could use to cover up our scent or trail so they don't track us?
Well, I could make us invisible, but it only lasts about a minute.
I mean, I've got plant growth, but that's not gonna.
One of PW's fingers falls off too because he is in a rough shape.
Yeah, we need to get back.
Was going to use our boon of recovery.
Nice. But you were able to successfully get back. And Haldak, once you approach, says, oh, "You're in rough shape. Glad it looks like you're here. Did you get? Would you? I hope you saved at least one.
Yeah, we got at least one.
Good. What do you turn over?
Look at you two.
I don't think that we have any use for them ourselves.
I don't think so. I just want to
No.
make sure.
This PW? No, I've got no use for these old things. They are rather charming, but
And
not
Alice,
to me.
Alice whispers to Kelly, when your spell wears off, if they track these down, they ain't going to track them to us.
Yeah, good point. All right, so I'll start handing all 5 over.
All right. It's very excited. It goes, "Oh my goodness!" and begins to immediately begin a process. For this, you did so well, you will earn 3 morale points
Yay!
and a relationship point with Haldak.
We do have a note here. It seemed that I believe Nayland wanted to be paid in drink tokens, was what she had written here, something along those lines.
Oh,
Well, she's only limited to one drink a day, so
I'll get you some New World honey cider coming right up with all of this. Begins getting this move in, and in addition, we'll if you're able to take a long rest here, wait a day. The next day, he will deliver unto you 5 superior healing potions
hell yeah.
that he was able to make in excess.
You said Halkin, that's how many friendship from him?
3 morale,
I know about the 3 morale.
1 relationship.
1 relation. All right, so we have a total of 7 morale now.
It's practically shining with quality.
Yeah, so yeah, we're definitely gonna rest. We need those potions.
Indeed. I need to put most of my hands back together. Do we distribute? Does everybody want 1?
Yeah, then somebody can hold on to the extra one.
Oh, I happen to have this bag. I'm going to toss the other 2 in.
So those were superior.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
So you've got them in the bag, or the extra one in the bag.
Yep, I've got 3 total because I was given 1 because we all split for 1, and then actually no, sorry, I have 2 extra because 1 is for Neil.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I put that in the.
Well, there's nothing quite like a good full rest cycle just to make sure that you're at the top of your game. Well, I'm feeling much more spry. Kelly, do you have any ideas where we should go next? I feel like we chose this one for Nayland, but she's sleeping the day away.
Well, you know what I feel, but if we don't have any leads, then wait. Didn't you see there was the guy we could talk to about sending potion or sending spells?
Do you mean the person who could cast Scry for us, or
Scry, that's what it was. Yeah.
yes? Although that was an expensive favor that we were not necessarily
Oh,
able to
okay.
exchange for.
Never mind. Oh, we finished 2 of the jobs here.
Indeed,
Technically, we
quite
finished
handy
3.
work.
3.
Yes, we read that the
And we
forge
got
as well.
capsule for the
Right.
abjuration wizard as well. By accident.
True.
We
Well, I
had.
wonder if there might even be more canisters out there, unfortunately. But
Maybe we should review our list of missions here.
Thanks for reviewing the missions. You need any
Yeah.
help?
There
Yeah.
was So there was finding jeweled primrose to make more curatives. There was retrieving books and texts for the archivist. And searching for rainbow crystals. That was for the Tabaxi Dean of Illusions, who wants to basically like resurrect her apprentice.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure, and I'm not actually sure if the rest of us know about that particular job or just Kelly.
Did she only tell me?
I think she told everyone the job.
Oh,
She
okay.
just gave Kelly more information about what she was
Oh,
doing.
What the reason was.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
that's what it was.
Okay. All right.
She gave you the details.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Well, in that case, and I assume we do have the general idea for these, like where they are at, like for the books and the.
I think for the books and the Jeweled Primrose, we were given some pretty specific directions. I have them both listed as half a day's journey.
Okay.
I don't think we well, maybe we have a sense of where the rainbow crystals are.
Well, I'm all for us doing primrose or syntax.
Either sound fun.
So as we get our rest.
Indeed. Search for flowers sounds like just the thing to cheer us up.
Yeah, Alice would vote for the stuff being used for the curatives. That was from Eapic, the divination turtle.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, we can take your long rest in relative safety. And what was the one you were thinking about here?
Looking for Jeweled Primrose for Eapic
Okay.
to help make more curatives.
Excellent.
I do think Kelly, the next morning, would put up a bunch of flyers where she has crudely drawn a skeleton, like stick figure. It says missing. Please contact Kelly.
Did you also draw a version of yourself?
Yep.
As if everyone doesn't know who that one is.
Scribble in the margins like not nailing.
Did you see her go into his house? Yeah, she spent the whole night. It's noise.
We had the primrose described to us too as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he had used because you did the divination knowledge and kind of told you or she had got you to the jeweled primrose. But they did mention that it takes you through an unstable landscape.
Cool. All right. After getting my breakfast, I'm going to grab my bag and wait for everybody at the gates.
Sounds good.
Alice will join.
Your PW coming before he's there because he's playing the whole way.
Alrighty, so. Yes. Who's leading?
I believe it's Kelly, though.
Yeah, I am
Still
the
survival
ranger.
skills. Yes, we're being very stealthy as Peter was playing violin in the background.
All right. So survival.
Indeed.
All right. Oh no, nat 1. That's a 14.
A 14. As you move across the land here towards from the directions, all around the forest, deep forest suddenly dissolves into sand. And then a geyser erupts right around Alice.
Shoot.
I need Alice to take to do a con save, please.
Okay. Right. Let's check my various things. That's a 7.
7 erupts around you, dealing 36 radiant damage.
Jeez.
I mean, and everyone from the sudden shift can give me a charisma saving throw against being shifted.
Oh, is this progression in our mutations?
Yeah, you can choose to fail.
That's a 28.
You succeed.
I will fail.
This is the first time you're failing?
Nope. Second
No?
time.
Okay, so what's your track already?
I was necrotic. What's it called here? Let me see here.
Your energy empowered necrotic.
Yeah, energy empowered necrotic.
All right. So already you constantly radiate light with the brightness of a candle. Now you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Ooh.
With another ability. And you advantage on all ability checks with a different ability.
Okay.
I'll give you the full thing here.
Which ones?
What do you mean? You choose.
Oh, I choose. Oh, Lord.
What do you get worse at? What do you get better at?
Well, let me think.
Yep.
Necrotic.
PW also chooses to fail.
Nice. Alright, let me...
Who am I to turn away the song of creation?
Okay, first one here. This is Kelly.
Yeah.
Boom. And what was PW's?
I'm at level 2 accelerated.
Okay. So are you going to level 3 or are you...
Correct.
Okay, nice. You don't have disadvantage on Constitution saving throws?
Ugh.
However, you can dash with no action required a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus each day.
Whew, that's a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yours PW slightly vibrates at rest.
Yes. There you go. And Alice wants none of this.
Nope.
All right. All right. So now you're on this glitter sand area. It seems to cover about 300 feet for you to get out of it. Actually, we'll say 100 feet. That's a little more what I want to do. What does everybody want to do to get off of it?
Let's see.
Well, solo artists are appreciated, but it's better to play as an orchestra, as PW once more summons the large-size upright bass and hops on top.
I can give you what, like 60 or more?
It has a float and fly speed. That was its main appeal.
Yeah, what's its speed?
Oh, that is a good question. I think it's only 30.
Okay. So you would go 30, then you would do another 30. So you get about 60 feet.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Because I don't think I can give it any of my movement. That's not how it would work. So.
Right. Though I guess it could dash, so that could get you 90.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So in this round, Kelly, Alice. My gosh.
So did we have the sense that like walking on this triggers that geyser effect?
You start to see there's geysers everywhere.
Okay.
Like they're just kind of randomly happening.
Gotcha.
Oh, correction. It goes 100 feet because the upright base, things within 10 feet of it can have or within melee of it, can get a decrease or increase of 10 feet of their movement. So.
Okay.
It's 100 feet.
Alice will just run. And 60 feet is what she can go.
All right. Go 60. Kelly?
I will try to find a shortcut, or maybe to make more sense of that, I will look for tracks to see if animals ever rush out of this area.
There are no tracks because the area literally just shifted just now. The sand did not exist until the second.
Okay, I misunderstood.
It's instant sand once again.
Okay, instant sand. In that case, I will try to...
If I can see Kelly struggling, could I give her my upright base to ride instead?
I will. I will look for the parts of the sand that... I mean, are we talking quicksand here? Is that what the problem is?
No. There's just random geysers.
Geysers. Okay. All right. Then using what I know of geysers, can I try to guesstimate where the next one might explode so I can stay away from that one and move in the other direction?
Give me a survival check.
22.
Okay. So then that's your action. You can use your movement to go 30 feet to try to get out of the area.
35, yeah.
35, perfect.
40, actually.
40, okay. And then what I'm going to do is, because your survival check, if I get a 1 on a d4, you get hit by the geyser, but a 2, 3, and 4, it's Alice. That's a 1!
Oh my gosh.
So it goes. So you can go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw as it blows up underneath your feet.
19.
19 saves for half. 4. Let's see here. We'll go. 43 radiant, but only 21.
All right.
So, around you. And we'll go to the next round. PW, you're off, but you can still do something if you want.
I'm playing the motivating music, first and foremost, followed by. All right, that's helpful. Not much. Oh, that's not true. We'll float back down near to them, and PW will again play more inspiring music, but this inspiring music is also including Aid, the spell. So you all get increase 5 HP. Or sorry, 10. 10 bonus HP. You're looking so healthy and vigorous down there. You'll make it soon. So play the violin while sitting on the bass.
All right. So what's 2 of you want to do?
So that was aid specifically, PW?
Yes.
Okay. Alice will just sprint 60 more feet to get off the sand.
Nice. And Kelly.
Yes, I will also run off of this area.
Let's see here. Yeah, because 70 feet plus 35 will get you off. So landing off. And so you feel like you're safe for now. And I could use another survival check to go further.
Anyone else want to give it a shot?
I mean, I could give it a try. I've definitely
Right
one
ahead.
for the outdoors, but I have, played a number of songs about the outdoors. PW starts playing what someone may be able to identify as modern major general, but as orchestral only, as he attempts his survival check for a 14 with a little bit of help. For 18.
Nice. That will succeed. So you begin to sense the shifts here as this time you feel the ley line tide coming over. And you are able to see that now the floating shapes fill the air like watery blown glass of pure arcane energy. You realize that these are the ones that react to magic. And you are, knowing this and having sensed it, you were able to carefully make your way out of it.
Animal and mineral. Anyway, through here, and we'll just hold on to your magical spells. Those floating voids are rather perilous.
With that, do another survival check. Still pushing through the unstable landscape.
Alice, you could give it a try too.
Alice gives the two of them an incredulous look as they shove her forward. I'm really, really not necessarily that good at this, guys. Yeah, that's a
Look, you see,
six.
this is a leaf.
Alice is looking around and goes, that looks like a tree. That looks like a bush.
Okay. Here it seems give us ways to dunes of blue and emerald sand. As you watch, they constantly reform, swirl, and suddenly erode away, and new ones are formed and come underneath you. Seem to be moved almost out of sync. And time itself seems to be in warping, seeing them being formed by wind and then destroyed by wind very quickly. As if everything is moving faster through this area.
I don't mean to draw connections when there aren't any, but do we get the sense that perhaps the landscape is upset with us? It seems to fall back on sand rather frequently. It just saps our will to live right out of the gate.
And coming over the sky, looking a little upset, are some great newts.
Wait a minute. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, I guess it's been close to
Do we
24
know
hours.
them?
Huh?
They look rather familiar now that I'm seeing them.
Alice points at Kelly. Says,
What?
that's her. That's her. I was just carrying off an elk carcass. I don't know. That's all her.
All right. When we come back, we'll do this theory of the mind, but we'll go ahead and take our break for now. Alrighty. Very cool. So, with that, say there are 2 newts coming your way.
Kelly, do you think your friends could use a reminder on what good friends you are?
All right. Currently 40 feet away. Well, I wonder, you get to go first.
Alice, I think Kelly's fallen asleep at the wheel.
I'm here. But they wouldn't be close enough for me to do that spell. And they'll probably just track us down again.
Well, I could show them this very interesting pattern I'm aware of.
All right.
PW will start playing and hit them with a hypnotic pattern, which for them looks a little bit different than Alice's. It's not psychedelic. This one looks like mirrors, but the reflection versions of themselves look robotic.
11 and 2. That 2 fails?
Yep.
All right.
It's,
So
DC 18.
nice. So they are hit. And let's see. Are they just incapacitated or they can't move?
It's
Well,
speed
charmed
0.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Charmed incapacitated has a speed of 0.
Perfect. So in that case, yeah, they fall to the ground. Does damage take them out of it?
Yes. If they
Okay.
take any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake them.
Got it. So they're no longer under the effects.
Were they flying and they fell, or they just...
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think they were flying. I thought they were, like, running towards us.
No, they're flying through the air.
Ah, got it.
So
Okay.
the great
Like, cradled them.
Yeah. They did take damage out of that. And it kind of slowed their sense somewhat. But now they're kind of like, "Rrr." And then Kelly.
All right. Kelly will Hunter's Mark the one on the right.
Sure.
And she is going to take her heavy crossbow and attack with it. 15.
15 will bounce off the thick skin.
All right. We'll try again. 22.
22 hits.
All right. Let's see what happens. Right. That's 13 magical piercing, 3 force, and 5 necrotic on that one. And they're 40 feet away.
Yes.
All right. Then I am going to back up while Tamagotchi will move up. And he will take the dodge action.
All right. case. The one you don't have marked takes to the air and flies right up to PW.
Oh my!
Is actually going to go ahead and headbutt. And that will be a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity for sure. 24.
Very good. All right, so that would be half of 32 damage for 16.
16.
Nice. You are pushed back 5 feet from it.
Okay, right. Is it just blunt or bludgeoning, or is it force?
Bludgeoning.
Okay, cool.
And one that Kelly hit will fly and do the same thing. And have Kelly do the dex or strength save.
11.
Okay, that will be 28 bludgeoning damage. You are knocked prone.
All right.
And then Alice.
Alice just shakes her head at the wildlife here, and she will pop out her wrist-mounted laser and take 3 Eldritch Blasts at the one that attacked PW.
Nice.
Another nat 20.
Woo.
One of those. The lowest of the other 2 is a 17.
That hits.
Cool. Velvet. So that is 25 force damage.
Nice.
And she will call out, look lively there, Kelly, for a bardic inspiration to Kelly.
Nice. They are both bloodied. And okay, so that happens, and you feel the pull of time as the dunes shift, and everything begins to slow down to you, Alice. Everything else seems to be in a different time set than you are, and you get to take another action.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, and she'll take 3 more Eldritch Blasts, Ed.
Nice. The rest of you, Alice just starts moving like incredibly quickly.
Become an automatic. You said before a 15 does not hit, right?
Correct.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Cool. That's 2 hits. For 12 more force damage on it.
All right. Big holes are being put into it. That performing wonder.
Is that Newt still within range, or did it fly by?
It just headbutted you, so he's.
Okay, so still.
It's 10 feet away.
Okay. 2 feet away. Then PW will strum across his violin and fire out 3 musical notes towards the Newt for a 23.
That hits.
It does 6 plus 11 for 17 plus 8 for 26. I'm good at math.
How do you want to kill it?
So these 3 musical notes fly forward and go straight through the head of the creature. Just keep going through the other side. Little song note playing as they go. And then there's still the other one that is approaching, or is it?
It is next to Kelly. Kelly's knocked prone.
Okay. bonus action with as I'm still playing those notes as they fly into the air. One of them will circle back around as I look towards Kelly, and I will give her a little shaven haircut to get back up, and give her a bardic inspiration.
Can she have two?
That's a good question. Can you?
No, you cannot have two.
This is Kelly's in a party with two bards at the moment.
So that note comes by, it starts to swoop down towards Kelly, and then it pulls up at the last moment and starts to circle Alice instead.
Stop inspiring me.
You notice it changes from being a golden music note to being more of like a black metal music note. It goes over to Alice instead. Then I end my turn, and the upright base spins forward and plasters the the newt that's next to Kelly.
Nice.
Which I was just making a custom attack for that. It disappeared. Okay, it's 1d10 plus 4. It does 5, 4, 9 force damage.
Nice.
That's out a bassy thrumble as it connects.
Kind of shakes its head. One in the upright base. All right, Kelly.
And its speed is reduced by 10, while Kelly's speed is increased by 10.
Nice.
All right. Kelly will aim her crossbow again.
All right.
Another shot.
Send point blank range. Ah,
That's a 19.
that hits.
All right. Let's see. Where did I put my... Okay, so 11 piercing, 5 force, 3 necrotic, and they get pushed back 10 feet. And I will shoot at them again. Okay, for a 21.
Hits.
So, be 11 piercing and 1 force.
How do you want to cut?
Ooh. I just shoot from right underneath them and shoot at their jaw. The crossbow gets lodged, closing their mouth, and they just get stuck there and then eventually fall down to the ground, by which I move out of the way with my fast speed. And meanwhile, Tamagotchi will come over to sniff and inspect. And that's all.
All right. In that case, if you're ready to proceed, I can do another survival check.
All right. I've got inspiration. I will roll this one. Ooh, 30.
Okay, nice. All right. In here, you get a sense of what is about to happen as you come to this meadow that you realize is rapidly changing into a forest. As you see seedlings beneath yours and everybody's feet, ready to burst forth. Kelly?
Alice, since you're super quick now,
and they go up. You took too long.
What? No.
Everyone doesn't get dexterity saving throws with advantage because Kelly saw them happen.
This is dexterity.
Yeah, the
Yep.
trees beneath come up and threaten to throw you into the air.
22.
Nice, successfully dodge out of the way.
23.
22.
And upright base.
Oh, nice. Upright base.
That one.
All right, as they are flung through the wood and forest, as things come up and pierce and hit it for 11 bludgeoning damage, landing prone. And now you realize randomly trees are just sprouting, going from seedlings to 40 feet tall.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. I'm gonna, because we see the things, right?
The seedlings.
The seedlings.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rush in
Okay.
to try to grab one.
For what purpose?
Aren't we gathering these?
No.
No, these aren't the primrose, the jeweled primroses. This is the
okay.
seedlings are the things that are turning into trees under our feet.
Oh. I will not grab them. They look like we have to go through this to get across.
Seems to be the area you've been following.
All right. Let's go. I'm going to run.
Yeah, Alice is running.
PW's upright base is going to start flying and head towards Kelly as PW uses his new free actionless dash. And he moves 100 feet, which is insane. And then I can dash again to do another 100 feet. Is that because technically yeah. Okay, so you hear a Dopplerized violin noise as a violin rapidly approaches you and then leaves you behind. A streak of red and a cape goes flapping into the distance.
Amazing. There's a bird playing. PW.
The upright base is coming behind to pick up whoever is slower between Kelly or Alice.
Probably Alice.
Probably Alice has just got typical 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll scoop you up and go 60.
Very nice. All right, so now the area. Anything for Kelly?
Kelly's going to keep running.
All right. Then Alice, you just being scooped by base or doing something else?
The base comes up behind. Alice does not see it coming. She winds up on her back on top of the base. And she just yells out at the streak, the PW going by, "Warn me next time." And we'll try to hold on to the base for dear life.
All right. A tree sprouts underneath the base, and Alice need dexterity saving throws. Just one of you.
That's a 26.
Okay.
Alice grabs the base and muscles it to the side as she sees.
Yeah. Rah! And then what do you what do y'all want to do again?
Peter will note that the bass, he did not warn you about the bass, but it was playing, a bass line as it approached, but you might have missed it in the other violin he was playing, which is fair. How far to the edge of the changed area?
It's about 200 feet, so you kind of made it.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure.
Yeah, I'll make it on this turn.
200?
I won't run. Yep, because I got 80 with my dash.
But it's like 160 between the two, right?
Right. So I've done 160 so far. And I'm about to do my third run.
We've only done one run. This is the second one.
Did I mishear that? I thought I did 2 runs. Okay. No
This
problem.
one, the second one. All right.
I will run.
Alice is along for the ride. Was it 60 feet that the base can do?
Yep, it will dash.
All right. And then we'll do. This one goes underneath Kelly. Dexterity saving throw with advantage because you did know it was coming.
27.
Very good. Rolling, avoiding the tree. And then the third turn. Effectively, everyone can get off, I think.
Yep.
Till you find yourselves again, thanks to Kelly and her navigation, successfully through another area.
You know, some form of conveyance that could bring us above these dangerous landscapes should be towards the top of our list.
We had a flying ship.
Yes, now we just have a flying base. Apologies for that, Alice. I did mean to warn you, but I was running very fast.
It's all good. Alice will just stay laying on the base unless it shakes her off.
It will not. It will lightly play. Well, how much further do we think we have to go now?
Well, if it was a half a day journey, how long have we been on journey?
Few hours until now you come to as you see the hills and forests you've been traveling give way to a field of solid ice. Everything is frozen.
Okay, look, I know I'm the least probably academic minded of my little of my glitch, but even I'm fairly certain that it's not supposed to work like that. Like ecology, that what it is? That's not supposed to work like that. I don't. I give up.
No, that's the study of banks and money.
Ecology?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go to a college or otherwise.
Well, if it's frozen, we could burn it. I've got a sacred flame, but that does radiant, I think.
Yes.
Well, I can do fire to it, but it has to hit me first.
I mean, I can hit you.
Then it would do fire to you.
Oh, perhaps you hit her with the frozen flower.
So we have to cross the ice?
Yeah, and I'm more than a little worried. I mean, I could try to make plants grow there, but it's going to make it really, really, really a hard journey for us. But we've got a polar bear. Tamagotchi, this is your natural environment.
Just looking at what I got. That's about all I've got. I could always wave the wand of wonder and see what happens. Because I think there's a fireball in there.
True. How far across does it look?
Probably traveling and take you about an hour to get through. Depends.
Clarifying, is it that we think that we can't make it across safely because things are frozen, or is there like a specific hazard?
Right now you just see a solid ice. This field.
Okay, well, my two musical friends, do we think we have some fun musical notes that could help us in this time?
Yeah. I would say as you put your hand out, I guess you would realize that it's like negative 142 Fahrenheit.
Oh, jeez.
What's that in proper automaton, which is to say Celsius? Or Mechanus, we could go with Kelvin.
It's freaking cold.
So if you do not have cold weather gear, this might be a problem.
Oh, jeez.
So if I use heat metal on my own armor,
You will burn yourself.
But if you use heat metal on me,
You know, you could do snow angels on the ice with heat metal.
hang on.
I have some torches. And a vial of dragon blood.
ooh, if you drink that, perhaps it will fill you with inner fire.
I don't know what the dragon blood does. It was so long ago. Well, I don't know what to do, but
Yeah, I could.
we could put oil on the ice and light it with a tinderbox. And
I feel like the ice is the least of the issues at the moment.
Yes, it's whatever's generating the cold, the piercing cold.
do you have the ability to create a like a house, a magic house? Maybe we
I
could.
can create a tiny hut, although it is not very mobile.
Would that protect us?
I'm sorry, it's only negative 49 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, jeez.
Negative 45 degrees Celsius.
Okay, hold on. Negative 49 degrees Fahrenheit. So I grew up in Minnesota. That's perfectly survivable.
Not for me.
Yes, the sash isn't giving you a lot of warmth, I imagine.
Okay. I mean,
Mechanically, it's a con save for every hour you travel against exhaustion.
And there is one other option. If we could find some animals that are more, of this part of the island, we could probably cut them open and kind of warm up by getting inside of them and just. I don't know where I was going with that.
I mean, we still have to move.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any creatures, except for I do remember there was a note about one that the abdomen split open and was a mouth and could carry you inside of its mouth, but I don't see any of those around.
Okay. How do we solve a temperature problem?
I think we can simply push through and take our chances that we'll be able to withstand the cold, or, heat metal on yourself. I think those are the options.
All right. Yeah. I'm cool with that. I mean, I can easily teleport myself down there if I can see through it, but I'm going to freeze to death.
We're estimating it's an hour of travel, so there's not really going to be a good way to speed it up. We just have to do the hour of travel.
Yeah. I guess we go past this then.
All right.
Well, I can guess I can play us something. And Peter's going to pull out a slightly holy themed piece. It sounds a little bit vaguely religious. And you get a little bit of the bless. As, you know, get blessed for the three of us.
Oh, very good. In that case, give me the con save, please, for crossing this code.
Right.
Oh, even with disadvantage, it's a dirty 20.
I got a dirty 20 as well.
And Kelly?
Oh, I'm sorry. What are we rolling?
Con save.
Con save.
Con save.
And you get 1d4 for bless.
And it's disadvantage?
Only mine.
Okay. So D4. That is 22.
Okay. So trudging along, moving fast. You're like, it won't take too long, trying to keep yourselves warm. So far, no exhaustion. That's odd. You begin to feel heat below. You can just see now below the ice. Water is boiling.
Alex turns to the others. That's not me.
Kelly, do geysers also, do they travel under the ice? Is that a thing that geysers do? Your geyser experience?
With the water blows, the ice explodes underneath you.
Floor.
And I need dexterity saving throw.
Are we still
Oh,
blessed
yeah.
or not?
Yep, you still are.
All right.
Until I land.
That's another dirty 20.
I brought an 8 to this fight.
Nice. All right, DC 15, 12 fire damage on a failure, 6 on a success. Now being drenched in boiling hot water upon a frozen plain.
Well, these should really cancel each other out at this point. These should be perfectly fine.
Okay, so now to get off of this section into relative safety, this is going to be pure athletics check.
Kelly is killed.
For everyone to try to do this. However, this is athletics check done with dexterity.
Bless remains barely.
Okay, hold on here. Okay. So athletics check with dexterity. Okay. So that would be
How would I do that?
+4.
So if you have proficiency, you just would add it after you do your dex check. If you don't,
Got it,
then
okay.
it's just a dex check.
That's a 20.
Ooh, that is the DC.
All right.
It is dirty 20.
All right, so you both book it, sliding your way. Actually, each of you describe how you get to relative safety.
PW got demolished in the initial wave. Just said flying like full on just cartwheeling through the air, violin and bow flying out of his hands. And then in the midst of the air as he's falling down, I don't know if Alice is able to catch him, but the upright base like maneuvers to catch him. Then we start to scoot out of here.
Nice.
Alice is off the base at this point. I think Alice draws on her past as a street punk, that she definitely was, and she starts, instead of running, sliding, almost like almost like she's skateboarding, and she's just kind of making leaps from ice shard to ice shard, sliding down to get where she needs to.
Right. And with that, you find yourself getting into safety in a small grove that smells of honey and familiar but forgotten spices from your childhood. A humming seems to vibrate throughout the grove, pulses that cause the rose-like blossoms on the bushes to gleam. Scampering and floating through the grove are a number of small forest creatures that change color whenever one of these vibrations pass over them.
How many of the flowers are we able to see, or can we see any?
They're everywhere. You just need to spend time harvesting them if you so desire.
Do you
Are
think
these
those
the
creatures are
jeweled
territorial?
Sorry.
Sorry, what?
I was communicating to Alice, but Alice, good.
Are these the jeweled primroses? Are these what
Yes.
you described? Okay. So what did you say, PW?
Peter was asking, well, do you think we should gather some flowers, or are those critters territorial?
I mean, we're going to have to find out one way or the other.
True, although Kelly could charm them. Maybe they could pick the flowers for us.
Yes, that sort of worked out last time. I figured
Yes,
out that things we charge hold a grudge.
well, but not for very long.
Fair. All right. Alice will approach one of the flowers and, kind of keeping a side eye to the various creatures around here, attempt to take one.
Okay. You think you can do this fine. Are the two of you going to both collect, or just one of you try to collect today?
Let's go. Alice, go first.
Okay. They seem safe.
Okay.
So it would be an hour here. So whoever's spending an hour to try to... so Alice, you're trying to spend an hour? You would be able
Sure.
to get 5 ripe jeweled primrose blossoms.
Okay.
Then PW, you're going to spend the hour too, or...
Yep, I will assist.
All right. Then you will get another 5.
Can we tell the smell that we're getting from this, like, Glader Meadow? Is it coming from these flowers as we pick them?
Mm-hmm. It is. Spending your time, and it is peaceful. Then you end up looking up, and you see large, enormous floating boulders drift above the ground, the grove. And then whatever gravity was holding them ceases.
How many? And are there any above us?
A many, all above you. And so what this will take is a intelligence perception to try to avoid being hit, to try to detect where they're going to fall. So you're not near one.
So that would be a +6. It's pretty much the same. Okay. Do-do-do. And you're going to use inspo. All right. That is a 21.
Nice.
Oh, with everything together, it's an 11.
Okay. So, Alice, you successfully predict and move out of the way. Performing wonder One's coming directly on top of you. I need a dex save.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You totally avoid the boulder at the last second.
I feel like the upright base pushes me out of the way because I'm not paying attention.
As you move across and out of the grove, as you see the boulders wreck all the flowers here.
What are they hitting? Any of the little creatures?
Some creatures are crushed, others have run away.
Played them dramatic runaway music.
Do we have the sense? I don't even know how we would tell this because everything shifts so much. Do we have the sense that this happens regularly in this area?
Like you don't see huge craters anywhere.
Okay.
I think it's possible with all the shifting that
Yeah.
some things get specific gravity for a period of time,
Right. Okay.
and then they don't. It's more just like traveling this world for any length of time is so unpredictable
Gotcha.
because it's like you begin going for an hour or so, and like normal, like in any other world, it would be like this is the forest for days.
Right.
Instead, this world decides there's a different environment that this should be.
Mm-hmm.
Peter was just going to knock on the boulder that almost crushed him to death and just see if there's anything interesting about it. Does it seem like it's made of rock from this area, or if it's just random sky rock?
It seems like it comes from this landmass. You can see some bits of granite within it.
So there are basically no flowers left here.
Correct.
Okay. So
Except that which you've already gathered.
gotcha. So I also look at PW and say, well, I hope that 10 is enough.
Well, it will have to be. Unless they want any pressed flowers.
This looks more like flower dust, if anything.
Now we just have to hope nothing else is excited about these flowers. They smell intriguing.
Yeah.
All right, ready to head back?
I think so.
Going back, you see that the boiling lake that formed over the ice plain now has vitrified into rolling hills of clear glass. How would you like to proceed?
I mean, wish I'd brought some carpets. We could just slide down.
Alice will just put her foot on it. Is it really slick? Does it feel fragile? Does it feel like it'll support us?
So, you kind of give your for now, it seems all right. It just seems very slick.
Right. Weird question. Does freedom of movement help with slick surfaces?
I mean, your movement can't be impeded, but that doesn't mean it can't be suddenly increased.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
you're very free to move at times.
Okay.
At high speed in one direction.
Gotcha. All right.
How long did it take us to get here? I got 4 hours on upright base, but if it disappears, that's also fine.
Sorry, there's a 4-hour trip here.
Okay. So the upright base evaporates as we arrive.
Yeah. Yeah, because then it was an hour here to gather the flowers.
Well, could sacrifice a slightly stronger spell slot to summon something we both could ride upon, although I'd wager the rolling hills will be rolling regardless of what we want.
I mean, at this point, well, until this area decides to change again, hovering above the surface would remove most of the problems. But who knows if we're going to get another geyser.
True. That would complicate things. Oh, good. Kelly's woken back up. Scent of the primrose is overwhelming.
Yeah, my power went completely out. I can
Oof.
on my phone.
We gathered 10 primrose plants, and we have returned to the area that was the nasty geyser, a frozen area, but now it's rolling hills of glass.
Ah,
That we are fairly certain are going to be very slick.
Or geyser filled, if we're lucky.
so are we crossing something or?
Rolling
Yeah,
hills
that is
of
the
glass.
Yeah, I was waiting to see what y'all wanted to do.
You two could ride on the base. I could resummon it once more, and then I can also dash across as I had previously.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. With Tamagotchi, that's going to be rough.
True.
Yeah.
I don't think he will fit.
I mean, we can just attempt to move across and see how. Try to be careful.
All right, I'm going to try that anyway. With his help,
Spread out a little bit.
Yeah, keep my eyes on the glass.
Oh, you still have bless. Oh wait, no. Is that constant? No, that wears off.
Yeah, this was an hour.
That's up to a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, taking some time here. All right, so you begin to walk upon the pure glass plain and the rolling hills, going up slick hills, trying to keep your balance here. Hardly anything to move. While you begin descending down one of the hills, the glass suddenly cracks.
Yay.
And you sink, and jagged glass shards become crashing down upon all of you. I need dex saving throws.
All right. Let's see.
16.
25.
Tamagotchi gets a 7. And I get a 17.
Okay. All right, so it's 15. So the 7 will take 18 piercing damage. And it would be 9 piercing to the saves.
All right.
The glass comes in, shreds, and those of you saved, you just barely protect your primrose blossoms that are nearly destroyed from the glass going through your bags and pockets.
Oh no, the flowers.
Be careful with them.
Shards of glass sticking out of some of you. You are able to clear the way and finally make it back to the college. All right, and with that, you want to find Epic, I assume.
Yeah, if I was for labor, yeah. Peter would leave some of the glass in.
All right. Coming back, they go, oh, beautiful. This will make a great healing medicine. Good job.
There's an entire meadow full. It's delightful. They were all crushed.
Yeah, these are the only 10 you're going to get from that particular spot.
Let's see. Well, we'll conserve what we have. Certainly. We'll see what we can do. Might have some other uses for this, but we'll be very careful.
Yes, perhaps some geyser-related ointments.
Really? Is that what you came under?
Glass.
Several different
ice.
types of geysers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was unstable when I looked, but this couldn't predict what they would throw at you, huh?
All you can predict is that they will be throwing.
All right. So you safely return with 10 blossoms. Very good. Which will net you 5 morale points.
Have we moved from frowny face to neutral face?
The morale you use in different ways, but Epic seems to be more happy with your crew.
Take a brief break to perhaps re-sew my cape here with the dang holes.
Tell me what you'd like to do.
I'm assuming that took another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can take a long rest if you so desire. And anything you'd like to do in your long rest, or conversations, or whatnot, as you have the day. You do have a few drinks for the honey mead that you hope to make.
I'm still fairly full, but just a little more get out. It seems like the only things left now are arcane books or papers or the mystery of Dr. Bones. Though we'd have to find him first.
Yeah, and last time we couldn't find his tracks.
Yeah.
Always run into him.
And as your travels have shown, tracks here are really difficult after like
Mhm.
20, 30 minutes.
Anybody come up to me about the missing picture?
Which missing picture?
I put up a missing wanted picture for Bones.
Oh, no. No one has seen Bones.
I'm just
Does anyone
worried.
come up?
I mean, he's not used to this area.
You're the only ones who explore, so no one has left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could go looking for these books.
Got books and crystals, right?
Books or rainbow crystals. Yeah. Where are we on the count for the forfeited duel? Or has that happened already?
Could be one more day.
One more day.
If we stay a day here.
So we could get some more morale here before that happens.
I mean, is the morale going to help us?
It might. It might. I mean, a lot of people might want to hear what we have to say, especially it sounds like the people who are doing all the research.
I mean, the downside is that they really only respect the winners of these mage duels.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure that they seem to have a fairly standard way of dealing with this stuff.
Yeah, but it's bad for us.
And I think, unfortunately, Vice Chancellor Teller made it rather clear that he doesn't much care.
You know, this does bring up a good point. I mean, now that we're all working together and we're doing so much of the work, we should make an argument that we belong on the approving council or as part of a leadership committee.
I don't think they have one of those.
Well, they need to make one. I mean, it's no longer just
a committee of one.
Yeah, but that's when it was a college. It's not just a college anymore. We've combined forces. We didn't enroll. So we should also have a say in what direction we're going. And that's why I think us bringing up everybody's spirit and morale right now is super important. Because they'll see us as leaders.
Well, I agree. It will help the mood of the campus at large. I believe, Alice, you pointed out the concern is that they may be magically compelled to listen to the person who's in charge.
Which is why I'd like to at least try to find these books tomorrow or today. Because the crystals, like you said, also, I probably need to tell y'all something about that. So, necromancy. I think they want to use these crystals to bring somebody back from the dead.
Well, can they be used for that? That sounds like a novel approach.
They seem to think it can.
This is the who wanted the crystals again? This was the tabaxi, right?
Yep.
Believe so. The one stricken with grief.
And you can't really blame them, but at the same time, it could cause major problems if they do this and we're responsible for bringing them the crystals. I mean, that type of magic, it sounded like they don't do that here, or they had agreed not to do that here.
Well, that and they may also have some other plans for what they'd like to use those crystals for.
Well, she was the only one who wanted those crystals. Right?
Yeah.
Or am I misremembering?
That's what I remember.
True.
But wait, is it for actual necromancy?
Well, I mean,
Is she a necromancer?
I think it's more like a reviving of some sort, like a bringing back. But I don't know. I don't know that type of magic. That's much higher grade than what I work with. So I don't know. But all the more reason that should probably be our last agenda item.
Well, the sense I've gotten is that both of looking for these books and looking for those are both going to take a full day in total to do. So we've only got time to do one before potentially things change.
Well, I would probably think books.
unless we have another use for these crystals, but I don't know what they do, and nobody else knows what they do.
Books seem like the safer bet if we have to prioritize.
True, although I would hope she wouldn't do anything dramatic if we were unable to procure said crystals.
Well, we still got time to get them. It's just we probably won't have them before the meeting of, their fight or whatever they're planning to do.
True. And they may
Which
set a different agenda.
And I still say we have the right to jump in there and argue that we should be a part of leading. And that way we don't have to worry about one of the few allies we have here being kicked out. But yeah, books. I would say books.
Hit that in the morning.
Yep.
Unless we want to try to do it tonight.
Well,
I mean, I'm still rather ready.
I can go.
I don't know. Not sure it's worth pushing ourselves.
True, we do run the risk, and the landscape changes rather quickly.
All right. Well, I say let's get a move on.
Leaving now or taking a rest?
Well, we run the risk of being exhausted, but we can go now.
I will vote then to rest. Take this up upon the morrow.
All right.
Sounds fine with me.
I think Nayland's already at the tavern.
I don't know why. She's only getting
Most
one
likely.
drink.
Yeah, I think that's what she's yelling about. I can hear it from here.
All right. In that case, you can go ahead and process your long rest. Naylor comes back. Only one drink and none of that.
Alice actually would do something
Mhm.
after the others have gone to bed.
PW polices what appear to be hand-drawn personals ads with Kelly's picture that Nayland has put up in some conspicuous places.
I'd take my 4 hours. Yeah.
Okay, so during the short rest, what does the short period of time where everyone's asleep or other engaged? What does Alice do?
Alice is going to sneak back into the headmaster's room that she went into before. She's looking for different information this time.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Let me check this. All right. Bed. That is a 27.
Okay. 27, very quietly moving past some guards, and even can sense a little bit of magical detections. Find yourself back in the office. And from the difference in the last day or two, does seem some semblance of security is returning to this and other places. I think it's going to get harder and harder to move about, given that the magic everyone has is slowly returning to them.
Alice also Alice is fairly cynical about the situation, so she assumes this may be the last chance to do this at all if Tellery ends up in control. She wants to look for anything written about the laws and procedures and protocols for shifts in the chancellor position, what the precise rules are, and what precedent is there for alternative decisions and such being made.
You okay? Give me an investigation check.
Dirty 20.
So looking for information about how it's typically passed. It's usually done by the with the current headmaster naming a successor, and that successor typically is the vice chancellor.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that to be vice chancellor, you're already named successor, and therefore, when the headmaster would retire, that would naturally pass to that person. There is the sense of then the challenge. The challenge can be made to force retirement of the vice chancellor. But whenever there is the transfer of power, there's always people can challenge in a magic duel in order to put themselves in for it. It's actually a magic. So they can make it a magic challenge. It's not always a duel, but it is whoever has the vice chancellor position. It is up to them to name the idea of the challenge. And going through, it's been probably 500 years since there's been any type of challenge. Usually, it's very peaceful. And you begin to suspect that the vice chancellor probably couldn't even do this or wouldn't have enough support of other people if the college hadn't crash landed. Enough upheaval and uncertainty is he's able to kind of garner the political goodwill to make a challenge like this.
Okay. Alice will check if there's anything in the rules that say a dog can't be headmaster. It's almost like she has a small little PW on her shoulder, making sure she looks.
The dog could win the. It's one of those things. There's enough of to say no, but again, people would have to get behind them, and that person can be challenged at any time. So, and there's definitely people here who would gladly take care of the dog.
So, okay. All right. I think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
In that case. Anything else for anyone? Let's have a nice dinner.
Oh, that was a reference to Daniel.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, gotta run for my dinner. But it was a delight as always.
Good
Yeah.
one. You'll both come up from your long rest.
Yeah. So I'm prepared to head out bright and early.
All right. Both ready to go, it sounds like.
I think so. I think if you don't mind, just because I need to probably have the week to think about it. We sort of say that retroactively, sometime this morning before she meets up with Kelly, Alice may do a thing or two. Talk to
Sure.
one or two people. I need to think it through whether what that should be.
It's fine. Absolutely. All right. Then, other than that, you are ready to. It sounds like you're ready to go. You wanted to go, the two of you?
Yep.
Looking for the books, right? That's what we decided.
Yep. That's right.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Okay, just give me a survival check.
All right. 28.
All right. Hmm. 28 then. Without you're able to avoid some of the rapid shifts in the area. And begin to make fairly good time through this long journey. Again, just anything that you'd be thinking about or trying to do during your journey. So, and as you come upon the crashed tower. The air wisps past over craggy cliffs where this has crashed. A hail of stony debris scattered with broken glassware, books, and the remains of the fallen library. A liquid black substance has oozed up from beneath the ruin, transforming the smashed architecture into spines of shimmering obsidian.
You said parts of it are still liquid?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll walk up and take a closer look.
Okay. You come up here into the rubble to take a closer look. What's your passive perception?
23.
Very good. In that case, you see burrowing creatures in the ground just as they come up. And as we go to initiative, I do have a map up.
All right.
So you guys are in the ruins. All right, and there's a shuffling the ground as a horde of gem eaters
Oh, great.
around you. All right, any initiative advantages or whatnot?
Not me.
Nope.
All right, anyone can share if they want. It's up to you. And, there we
They're
go.
on the screen now.
Yeah. Perfect. These are separate from this boiling, and now you can see each of these creatures are also affected by that blight.
All right.
There we go. There's only 6. That's what I meant to put up. Sometimes I wouldn't care, but with 2 people, I care a lot. All right.
Alice mumbles, at least we don't have the freaking jeweled flowers on us.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, we've got Kelly.
Yeah. All right. Kelly will go ahead and mark this guy here with Hunter's mark.
Okay. As you do that, the black substance around fires at you, with these dark crystals that try to
Oh,
pierce your stomach. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
12.
12. That will fail. And that will be 10 blight damage. And please
Blight.
mark, you are now corrupted by the blight.
Corrupted by the blight. And Hunter's mark its concentration. So that is a 17.
Okay, sounds good.
So what does this effect do?
So, what this does is, let me pull it up over here. So, the blight mechanics, so you have 1 level of blight, which means you have a +1 to all attack and damage rolls. It's equal to your blight corruption. Anytime you roll a natural 20 on an attack or saving throw, all friendly creatures around you take a d6 of blight damage equal to your corruption level.
Okay.
If a creature at blight corruption level 5 or higher would gain a new level of blight corruption, they become incapacitated and would remain comatose for 24 hours. After that time, they are an NPC, so they're out of the game.
Cool.
In addition, this has messed with you a little bit. And I'm going to send you a new ideal
No idea.
that has worked its way into your system.
Oh, joy.
Look at this. There we go. Set it over here. Boom. All right, you can continue.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to figure that out as I go. I'm going to shoot this guy in front of me.
Let's go.
17.
17 hits.
Okay. 14 piercing, 6 necrotic, and 5 force, and pushes them back 10 feet. So, yeah. And then I will shoot them again.
Nice.
$24.
That hits.
19 piercing and 2 force. And Tamagotchi, he's just going to take his dodge action here.
All right. We'll go to Alice.
So that happened when she cast a spell.
Yeah.
I think I still need 2. Okay. I don't think she can get 3. She moves here. Would you let that cube hit all 3 of them?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Because the way you placed it, it would really only hit 1.
Gotcha. So she's going to hit these 2.
You got it.
She is going to cast. It's going to cause problems. She's going to go all in. The guitar comes out, and she just hits an ultra loud power chord, and she upcasts Thunderwave to 4th level.
Let's go. Go ahead and give me a dex save as dark crystals fly from these large spires of this black crystal substance just fire at your presence.
That is a 23.
Ooh, you're able to successfully move out of the way. You will still take some damage,
Yep.
but you avoid corruption.
Oh,
So that will be 5 blight.
okay. And then let's see. Where am I looking? Thunderwave, 4th level. So that's a DC 17 con save.
Okay,
Or-
these
wow.
2, right? Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Let me do the con save. I got 15 and 6. They both fail.
All right. That's still only 14 damage because that was a bad roll.
So
14 thunder damage. And actually, I believe they are pushed 10 feet away.
Okay, 14 down here, and then 10 to 10. Very good. Pushing them away from you, trying to get some clear areas. Let's. Okay. Let me actually do this. So I got. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. There's 3. Would be as fair as I can be here. And they move forward. So A, which come actually this one. Okay, so C comes on up and goes to Alice. Comes out with its pencilers. That is a 19 to hit.
Force field comes up. Shield.
Nice. And an 11.
Miss.
Okay. Okay. And then you see its grubby little hands kind of come on, almost tentacle-like, trying to search your person for magic. I need a con save.
That's a 12.
A 12. Very good. For me. That would be... Alright. We need to pick one random magic item on you that loses its properties for the next hour.
Oh. Is it random or do I choose or?
So easiest just kind of get how many you kind of have on you.
Okay.
And then we can figure out what die we want to use.
Right. So is there a level it has to be considered?
Nope.
Okay. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8.
Perfect. Here's
So
my
I do a
D8.
D8, and I'll say top 1 is the top on my list, and we'll go down from there.
You got it. Here we go. That is number 3.
That is the Staff of Fire.
Oh! Not so fiery anymore.
I am not even attuned to it right now.
Perfect. Then this one, E moves up to the blighted Kelly. And goes out with his Pinter's natural 1 for a miss. 18.
Hits.
All right. That is 8 bludgeoning damage. Smacks into you and tries to go over your person. A con save.
13.
Okay. 13 you resist. Sorry. I said bludgeoning is 8 blighted damage specifically.
8.
Yep. And next. This one coming up to Alice. Only an 8. That's going to miss.
Yep.
19.
Misses because the shield's still up.
Nice. And then a con save.
Oh, that's a fail. That's like a 7.
Okay. Roll a d8 again. Reroll if we get that 3.
Okay.
4.
Those are my boots. My black pudding boots.
As they kind of, this thing absorbs some of the magic. Oh, here we go. I knew there was something. That's right. I'll figure out the next one. And with that, we'll back up to Kelly.
All right. Kelly will go ahead and attack. Uh, 19.
That'll hit.
That'd be 13 piercing and 5 force and 1 necrotic, and it pushes them back 10. And then I will shoot again for 22. So that is 19 piercing and 1 force. And
They want to kill it.
Oh. Yeah, I shoot it in the face and just let it fall over while I send my friend here, Mr. Tamagotchi, who, let's see how far he is. No, not far enough. Okay. So he'll just come up here, and then he will circle to about here, and then he will take his attack. And he rolls 27 to hit,
That hits.
and he does 9 slashing. And that is his turn.
Alice.
Alice will go ahead and take a swing at C. Do I have advantage? Is that
Yeah.
okay? And she'll go ahead and click the trigger on her handle. This will be a booming blade.
Very cool.
Nice. That's a 27 to hit.
That hits. The dark crystals at casting the spell will come at you. Give me a dex save.
Okay. That is 22.
All right. Very good. This. We took half
So
of
that
8
is-
for 4.
Oh,
Light.
right. Sorry. Take care
And
of this
proceed.
first, and then. Okay.
Then that is 10 magical slashing and 11 thunder damage.
Very good. It is bloodied.
All right, she'll take her second swing. Just a regular swing.
Mm-hmm.
19 to hit.
That hits.
That is 14 magical slashing damage.
Very good. Anything else?
That'll be all.
Okay. Pincers will come out. Advantage. Refresh real quick. Try this again. Okay. Oh, natural 20.
On who?
Alice.
I mean, yeah, that hits.
It's going to be 10 bludgeoning and 13 blight. Takes its second attack. Another natural 20
All right.
for 9 bludgeoning damage. And 17 blight. And then the next one, still on Alice, will attack. Actually, first, give me the con save because we'll see if it can't to turn another magical item off.
All right. That's a 23.
Good to go. A 16 to hit
Misses.
and a 22 to hit.
Yeah, she's going to get a shield to come up again.
Nice.
Make that miss.
Off and grabbers come forward. Give me another con save.
That's a 15.
That saves. Kelly.
Kelly will move Hunter's Mark onto F.
Very nice.
And then Kelly will move right about here. And she's going to shoot F. Oh, God, it's a nat 20.
Nice.
Huh, what do you mean, nice? I'm blighted.
Oh, I mean, you're bladed, but you also get a net 20. All right. It goes out. These are immune to the blight. So this will do 1d6 of blight damage to, I think I said, what is it, 20 feet? So I think just Alice just misses Tamagotchi. Yep. So 2 blight damage. It explodes out.
Do I roll anything else?
No.
Okay.
Just roll
I'll
your
go
crit.
ahead and do my damage here. First is the piercing, which will be 14. Then 8 necrotic. And then is 11 force. Pushes them back next to Tamagotchi. And I will go ahead and shoot once more at them.
Yuck. That's a 14.
That will miss off the carapace.
right. So, oh yeah, I already used my bonus action. So Tamagotchi just does his dodge action.
Let's go. Alice.
We'll go for this one in front of me again. Just regular attacks.
All right.
That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That is 11 magical slashing damage. And then 16 to hit.
That hits.
That is another 14 magical slashing damage.
How do you want to kill it?
She is looking bad. Alice is looking bad as she's getting hit by these things, then hit by some kind of explosion behind her. She doesn't know what it is. So she just sort of cuts the legs out from under it and then comes back across the closest thing it has to a neck.
Nice. Kind of gets in there under the armor. And
yeah. And then for her bonus action, this is not a spell. She's going to use some of her recover vitality to get some hit points back.
Very nice.
That was a good roll. Okay. 37. Yep, that's her turn.
Got it. We'll move to Alice to attack. It's closest who has a magic item on them.
That's fine.
But they no longer have their advantage. So 15.
Misses.
9. And then the con save, please.
That's an 8.
Okay, I'm rolling a d6.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, crud. That's the ring of spell turning.
Ooh.
But it's just for an hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you all learned that from your last fight.
Okay.
That's only an hour. And with that, we'll go to Kelly.
All right, Kelly is going to move right about here and then shoot at the guy. First shot is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 15 piercing, 4 necrotic, 2 force. And then I will shoot him again for a 28 to hit.
Yes.
Whoop. Wrong button. 14 piercing and 6 force.
How do you want to kill it?
Tamagotchi will actually finish this off. He just starts chowing down on him, and he thinks he did the kill.
Nice. Very good. With that, as you seem to have cleared it from horrible things, you're just left in the blighted ruins. And we will end for tonight.
Okay.